is Laverne and Shirley. Hey girls! Now, normally, these are the friendliest sheep you will ever meet. They come right over. The neighbors consider them therapy sheep. Everybody likes to snuggle with Laverne and Shirley. But because they just came out to green grass, they're a little bit distracted right now. Laverne and Shirley were born March of 2019. They were born at Smiling Hill Farm here in Maine. I've reached out to that farm. They are wonderful, and they were able to fill in some gaps for me. So I can tell you that Laverne and Shirley, I was told they were Icelandic Merino crosses, and Smiling Hill Farm confirmed that they did get an Icelandic Merino ewe who was donated to their farm. They don't normally have sheep on their farm, I don't think. They're just a cow dairy farm. But Laverne and Shirley were in their mama's belly. Smiling Hill Farm got a ewe who was pregnant, donated to them, and she gave birth to twins. And so they had Laverne and Shirley. They sold them to a wonderful family for a 4-H project. So some kids raised them. Laverne and Shirley were raised by some little children, and they are just melt in your mouth sweet. They are just the sweetest ewes that I've ever worked with. However, they've grown pretty large. And so after about a year, the 4-H girls that had them had a hard time working with them and handling them just because they are large ewes, and so they throw their weight around a little bit. And so they sold them, and I got them off Craigslist last year in April or May. So it's been just 1 year that I've had Laverne and Shirley. These good girls. And they've been awesome. I love these girls. If you guys have watched my videos, Laverne and Shirley are the snuggliest sheep I have. And they are the sweetest ewes on the planet. They're just wonderful. But they're huge. You guys, I'm 5'3", and it's hard for me to work with these ewes if I have to do something like shearing them or hoof trimming. I mean, hoof trimming is just such a simple thing, but with sheep you have to flip them on their booty to do it, and Laverne and Shirley are more like horses. They want you to pick up their hooves, bend over, and treat them like a horse or a cow because they're so big. I would guesstimate that these ewes weigh probably around 200 pounds each. When I got them, they were about 150 pounds each, and then they lambed this year, and they gained a little bit of weight during lambing, and now they are losing that weight and just kind of slimming down on the green grass. But I'd say they're about 200 pounds apiece. I think Shirley's a little bit less, maybe about 190, 185, and Laverne is about 200. And they both threw twins this year. Some beautiful, gorgeous, healthy twins. They both had a boy and a girl. Shirley had little Yamachoma over here. There he is. With the green dot, not the blue dot, the green dot. That's her little ram lamb, born on the 27th of February. And she had this beautiful little ewe lamb. Shirley, hi honey bun. We're doing a video about you. Yeah, see, very sweet. She's like, I want my grass. This is little Lovey, that's her ewe lamb, born on February 27th. So those lambs are huge and healthy and just, they put on gorgeous weight. And then we have, where's Laverne? There she is, Laverne. Had two beautiful little lambs. She had this one right here with a little spot on her flank. That's Rainbow, her ewe lamb. And then right behind her, she's got that little chunky ram lamb next to the black one. That is Barbacoa. Her two little lambs, both of them actually had unassisted births. Their lambs just popped out while my back was turned. They were just the easiest lambers. Shirley was an incredible first-time mama. She was talking to her lambs instantly, bonding with them, nursing them instantly. Almost no help from me. She just wanted to show them off to me. Laverne was a little bit more hesitant to bond with her lambs. She really loved her ram lamb. He was the first one to pop out. But when she dropped her little ewe lamb, she didn't recognize it for the first day. So I did have to tie Laverne up with a little tether with her first 24 hours to get her to nurse her ewe lamb. So that was the only tiny issue I had with these two girls this year in lambing. Besides that, they were just peachy keen. They were so good, so perfect. I did think that since they were Icelandic crosses, I'd be able to milk them. So I started out with a milking regimen, and I tried to milk out Shirley since she was the first one to lamb this year. And she just wasn't into it. It's just not the right kind of sheep. I tried, and it seemed to be more bothersome to her than enjoyable. And you know, I'll try something for a little while, but I don't want to torture animals. So I tried it for about a week, and she just hated it. And it was actually kind of hurting our relationship. She didn't want to snuggle with me. She didn't want to talk to me. So we just had a heart-to-heart one day, and I said, you know what, you're right. No more milking. No more trying to make this sheep into a milking goat. She's just a fiber sheep. Their fiber is kind of coarse. I mean, I have Icelandic merinos here, and then I have my Cormos, which is my main flock. I have a lot of Cormo sheep. And Cormos are a fiber sheep, so they're known for having a super soft, really fluffy micron, really tiny, really low micron type of wool. And Laverne and Shirley are just a little bit of a different type of sheep. You can see their wool. It's beautiful, but it's not quite crimpy. It's more of a good wool for, I would say, carpet making, or rug making, or, I don't know, really sport type yarns. But it's definitely not, and this is just scourable paint that I put on when they lambed. It's definitely not a super fine micron count wool that you can use for wet felting. I've tried wet felting with my Icelandic merino wool, and it's a little bit coarse. I mean, you can do it, but it just takes a whole lot. So they do have beautiful fleeces. It's just not for what I like to use my fleeces for. And because of their size, that is why I am looking to rehome Laverne and Shirley. They are awesome ewes. I'm very sad to see them go, actually, because of their personalities and how much we've bonded over the last year. The neighbor's 3-year-old comes over and snuggles them almost daily, and so the neighborhood is a little bit sad to see them go. But it's going to be wonderful for someone who is capable of handling a big sheep like this. Maybe somebody who has a yoga studio and wants to do yoga with sheep. They would be awesome for that, because they just come right over and snuggle you when they're not distracted by the morning grasses. They're very sweet girls. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'm always keen to answer questions, and if I don't know the answer, I'll find out. As y'all know, I'm learning about shepherding this year, and it's been my first incredible year, and yeah, I love to share what I've learned. I don't know a lot, but what I do know, I've read from a lot of different sources and a lot of different books, and it seems to be working really well. Very happy girls. Hi. Hi, Laverne. And just so you know, they do have 2 different personalities, even though they're twins. Laverne is the sweet, more docile one, and Shirley is a bit more of the spunky, feisty one. But they're both very sweet, sweet girls. You'll figure it out when you come to meet them. All right. Thanks for watching.